Greetings, good people.
Welcome, welcome.
Good to see some people already in here. This is great. This is great. Welcome.
Hey. Welcome to the Hunter's Moon,
Right.
the full moon, the blood moon. We'll talk about that later. Um, if this is your first time joining us, I am Janice B.
And I am Maurice Carroll.
And we are the founding members of the Healing Flame Collective, and that's the channel you're on right now. Make sure, if you haven't already, that you subscribe to the channel and follow us and like us and all that good stuff that you have to do on YouTube.
Right.
Because this is where we're going to be from now on for the live. So,
and it makes it easier to find us when you participate that way.
Yes, absolutely. So let's talk about what we're going to do tonight. What's going to happen, especially if somebody's new. We're going to talk about the moon, the full moon tonight. We're going to have you guys get comfortable wherever you are, set the ambiance you want. If you want to do that right now, you can with your candles and your music. We're going to have our own music, but if you have, a special room you can go into and not be disturbed for, maybe an hour, maybe 45 minutes, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do a guided meditation with some vibrations in the background. And we're going to have the singing bowls as well.
Yes, we are. We're going to tell you what those are when we get down to that.
Right. And then we'll bring you back and you guys can share stuff in the chat room if you want. And then we're going to do a card pull. So there are tarot cards and there are oracle cards, and we're going to use oracle cards. Bam. And even though we have 5 million decks, we always use the Shaman's Dream.
I love that deck. I love this deck.
So when we do card pulls, it's a little bit different than in our personal in-person circles. We're going to have you pick a number 1, 2, or 3. And then you don't have to put it in the chat if you don't want to. You can keep it secret. And then we'll pull a card for each number and do a reading for that number. And that'll be your reading. Sound good?
Sounds great to me.
Awesome. So welcome. We're going to go on to Maurice, right? Did I skip a whole bunch of stuff? I did. Let's talk about announcements. Look, y'all, it's been quite a week. Coming down off of Mercury retrograde. It's no longer around. And now we have a blood moon.
Right. Right.
And our blood moon's in Libra season. It's in Aries. I'm sorry, it's Aries, but we're in Libra now. Season, yeah. Almost time for Scorpios. Almost, not quite.
There we
go. So here we go. Let's talk about some upcoming dates for the Healing Flame Collective. We have a lot of things going on in the coming weeks, weeks and months. And we're doing some collaborative events with people. So what's up first?
So first, we've been talking about this for a while now, about how we can do collaborative efforts.
Yeah.
And how we can come out and do private circles and things like that. So some of you have reached out, and what you're going to see pop up on the screen is some of what we have going on. Like tonight, we're starting with the full moon meditation. We have, for those that are in the Baltimore area, you probably heard of Flourish. Great shop, has a lot of holistic things in it. We will be doing a circle there on the 16th. And then, so I know you see the flyer in there. I don't even have my glasses on. I apologize.
I can do this.
We have a healing circle coming up on the 28th. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so on the 28th at the Enchanted Fae in Silver Spring, we have our monthly healing circle there. We're going to have an event coming up on Saturday. Is that right? Yeah, Saturday, November 5th. I'm really excited about this one. Not that I'm not excited about the other ones. This is going to be different. We're going to be at Terra Cafe in Baltimore, right next to Flourish. Really, not too far from Flourish.
Not too far. Yeah.
Terra Cafe is like the corner spot. A great restaurant. They have a big area in the back where they do a lot of events, and we're going to team up with Diva Yogi Michelle Stafford, who is a yoga instructor, also a Reiki practitioner now.
Yes.
And we're going to do an event called Let's Get Metaphysical.
Right.
And it's going to be yoga with clearing chakras. And we're going to be doing the music live while she's doing the yoga for each chakra. And then we're going to do like a meditation, and everybody's going to get Reiki. And then we're going to have lunch. Terra
It's gonna
Cafe is
be,
providing lunch. I'm like,
listen,
yes.
this is an experience that you do not want to miss.
I'm excited.
How can they register for that?
It's an Eventbrite link.
Mhm.
And I know it's on all of our pages, and it's going out in the newsletter. And if you don't get the newsletter, we're going to segue on to the next thing.
Mhm. Boom.
Visit our website, thehealingflamecollective.com, and sign up to get emails, and you'll get the first notice of everything that's happening with us and first chance to register for things. Anytime there's an early bird price, you're going to be the first ones to get it. So make sure you do that. What else am I forgetting?
That's it.
That's
right
it.
now. Mhm.
We are no longer on Facebook. I said that. So we're not doing anything on Facebook at all. You can find us, you can still find our page there, but we have moved on to other horizons like IG, eventually TikTok, and
Lord help me.
YouTube.
Lord help me.
That's it, really.
So hello
Yeah.
again to everybody that's coming in. I'm glad you
Welcome.
all, came in for this moon meditation. Tonight we are focusing on the hunter's moon. So the moon, well, I would say it peaked past tense at 4:54 p.m. this past evening. I'm sure if you get out, you could probably still see it. I know I saw it last night, and I just kind of stared at it for a moment and got a little lost. But with the hunter's moon, it's one of those moons that's believed to be for the farmers, right? And
The hunters.
right, the hunter's moon. And so with this moon, this is the season when farmers see this moon, they begin to
Hunters.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
Farmers.
I'm sorry. Well, no, I'm saying with the hunter's moon, the farmers begin the farmers
That's right. I'm sorry. Let me shut up.
Okay.
Be quiet now.
So what the farmers
what are
do,
you talking about?
what the farmers do, this moon is something that they see as something to prepare for the winter. So typically what happens is this is when the hunting happens, obviously why it's called the hunter's moon, right? And then it's also when the slaughtering and the preservation of meats usually happen. And I was trying not to go off on a tangent because we're in a modern age where we have refrigeration. It's like, well, preserving, it's a process for preserving meats other than throwing it in your freezer. Yeah, so this moon goes back to before refrigeration, of course. So
Right.
so there are different ways that you can preserve your meats and things like that. I actually had a conversation with somebody earlier this week about aging meat and preserving meat, and they were like, I wouldn't want to eat that if it's been out. And I'm like, no. Before there was refrigerators, how do you think that people, were able
Yeah.
to sustain throughout the winter?
It was also before there were hormones injected into meat, so
How
everything
about
was
that?
much more pure.
How about
You
that?
could eat. You could leave your Thanksgiving turkey out on the table for the whole day and just pick at it because it didn't have all kinds of chemicals in it.
Right. Right. And so I don't know how many you know. I need you to put in the chat like what you know about the hunter's moon. And while you're doing that, also remember we talked about this in the last full moon about the autumn equinox. And so the last full moon was the autumn equinox that and this one is the one that happens right after. So what happens is whenever you have full moon, it's signifying, is that the right word? It's showing the end of a cycle. That's what it's doing. It's
I
reflecting.
like signify. That
You
was
did?
cool. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's the right word I wanted to use, but basically what it is, anytime you have a full moon, it shows the end of a cycle. And what we're supposed to do, I had this question before, like, what do you do during a moon meditation? I don't know. And really what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to be reflective on the things that need to be changed and things that need to be released. And also you can set intentions for what you want to have happen and moving forward. And so whenever we do these moon meditations, that's something to kind of keep in mind. It's also a blood moon. some of you might be asking, well, what is a blood moon? And it's really, and this is why I love the Healing Flame Collective, because a lot of times you have a lot of different people who talk about these things, and the definitions, they fly over your head and you kind of left lost. And so a blood moon, all a blood moon is when the moon is peaking before the sun sets. And so it has this orange blood hue around it when it's shifting.
It's
And
amazing.
that's all that it is. That's what all a blood moon
Beautiful.
means. And so the significance about this particular moon is that we said this earlier, that this moon is in Aries, but we're in Libra season. So the full moon in Aries, what that really means is that it's a time for us to kind of focus on the power within us to heal and to manifest and things like that.
Do you know a lot of Aries people?
I know maybe like 2 or 3.
Okay.
That I know of. So if you're Aries and you're in chat and you're one of those people that I'm talking about, wink.
I'm not saying anything bad about Aries people, but that's very true. That they are very purpose driven and moving forward. Everyone I know that's an Aries is like that.
So what you should do during this moon meditation, right? Because we're in this season, is to really allow yourself to reflect, be very reflective over the things that you've been going on recently, and the things that you want to have happen as you move forward. Like really take notice on what you see happening, take notice on how you feel about those things happening, and that way you can get into a different place to know how you want to manifest things to change, right? And it's really about balance and harmony.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's the Libra in it.
Yeah.
That's the Libra in it for sure. Justice, balance, and harmony are Libras for sure.
Right. So I know I ran my mouth
I'm a
a
Libra
lot,
moon.
but I wish I could check the chats to see, but we have too much going on. And segue, shout out to Vanessa, who's behind the curtain.
Yay! We need a little applause.
I know, right? Where's the button? Vanessa is behind the scenes and making a lot of things happen for us. Once upon a time, we were doing all of this stuff, and it was a lot. It was a lot. So shout out to Vanessa. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
We love you.
So tonight we are going to be focusing in on the solar plexus. Behind me, I think you can see it. I don't know. But so we have the bowls behind me. We're gonna do the there we go. There we go. The solar
Vanna White. White Janice, whatever you want to call me.
So we have the solar plexus bowl and the throat chakra bowl. And you're going to also hear a frequency being played, which is the solar plexus frequency that I created, and it is in 432. We can dive into that when you take my sound healing class. So but yeah, so that's what the focus is going to be.
Right.
And
so Aries is power, moving forward, knowing what you're going to do, getting everything, all your ducks in a row. Like, and that's kind of the way you look at the moon, what you were talking about with the hunters and getting the meats and things. You're getting things ready for what's going to happen going forward. So you're going to be releasing things. You're going to be preserving things. You're going to be harvesting things. You're going to be killing animals. No, I'm just kidding. But really, when you think about it, also when you were talking about it, the amount of effort it took for people who didn't have electricity, who didn't have any way of preserving, and also seeing, like the last moon was harvest moon, because the sunlight or the moonlight shines really bright, and the farmers can harvest later. And you don't really think about those things now. We're so spoiled, but that was a really big deal, and you really had to prepare for those things. So yes.
Yeah, listen, it took a lot for me not to go into detail about how to preserve meats.
That's a whole other class.
Yeah. Without refrigeration.
Yeah. And it's always funny when people will say, I would never eat that. I'm like, listen.
Yeah, you would.
You're hungry. You eat all kinds of things you wouldn't think you
And
would
it's
eat.
probably one of the better tasting meats that you
Right.
have had. Oh
Exactly.
my gosh.
Exactly.
All right, let me get on. I'm getting hungry. Let's keep going.
All right. So get comfortable. Get grounded. If you have some candles you want to light. If you are just rolling up into the chat room right now, we just talked about the moon. We're getting ready to do a meditation, a guided meditation. We're going to go off the screen. You're going to see the, I believe it's a solar plexus image, right?
Mhm.
And they're going to hear the vibration. We're going to probably ask if you can hear everything, like me talking over the music. Give a thumbs up in the chat room. Vanessa can see that. And then we're going to guide you through the meditation. You can sit, you can lay down, you can whatever is comfortable for you. If you fall asleep, you can watch the replay tomorrow when you wake up. The benefit's still the same. And then we'll bring you out of that. We'll play the bowls. We'll bring you out of it. And then we're going to do the oracle cards, and we're going to pull 1, 2, and 3 cards. You pick the number. That's your card. And we'll do a reading from that.
If you missed any of that, don't worry. When we finish the meditation, we're going to come back and tell you exactly what you need to do.
Can't say you didn't know.
Right. So in the chat, if you are ready, you're ready, put up a thumbs up so we know that you're ready. And then we're going to ask, once the music starts and everything, we're going to see how that works. But I need thumbs up if you're ready to go.
Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
All right.
I'm glad to see y'all in here. This is good things. Good things. Good things.
All right.
Okay, I'm seeing thumbs up, so we'll get the music started.
Families.
Mhm.
Chat. Hey, family.
So as the music is going, let us know if you can hear Genesis' voice over the music. How is the balance? And I'm going to fade away.
All right. So let us know if you can hear me over the music. Music too loud. Am I too loud? Lots of thumbs up. All right. So we're going to focus on being reflective. That's what Maurice talked about. All full moons are a time of reflection and releasing things and where we want to be and moving forward from that. So that's going to be the focus of this meditation in general. Just take a moment now to get connected to the chair, the cushion, sitting on the bed, or the ground beneath you. Connected to earth energy. And when you're ready, close your eyes. And let's take a nice deep breath in at your own pace and release it. Let's do that again. Breathing deeply into the core of your body and release. One more time, deep breath in, all the way down to the base of your body, chakra, and release. And now just allow your breathing to return to its natural rhythm, its natural pace. Its natural flow. Releasing all tension from your body. Allow your scalp to soften. Allowing the tension in your face and your jaw to relax, the muscles drop. Your tongue moves to a neutral position. Your throat relaxes. Your neck muscles to melt into your shoulders. Your shoulders now relaxing and dropping. The muscles in your arms and hands, your fingers release. Breathing calm and peace into your heart center. Your rib cage and torso. Allowing the muscles in your body to relax and soften. The base of your spine, your hips, all melting into the earth. Your legs and feet soften and release. Total calm, total peace. Total relaxation. Surrender to this moment. Trust that in this moment, in this space, all is as it should be. Breathing naturally. Take a moment to look back. Honor this journey. Honor your journey to this night, to this place, to this moment. Honoring every part, every challenge, every conflict, every disappointment, every loss, During every joy, every success, every encounter, every connection, every blessing. Each experience, divine timing, synchronicity, guiding you here to this sacred moment in time under the full hunter's moon. Take a moment to allow the moon, the light to shine in the dark places. Think about the things that you want to release. What's holding you back? What's holding you down? What no longer serves you? In this moment, releasing all lower vibrations, all former versions of yourself, breaking all soul contracts, releasing all negative patterns, releasing all toxic energies. Releasing all negative energies cast your way. Allow the moon's light to shine and show you the way. The moon's light reveals your true power. You're standing in divine alignment, renewed, strengthened, and guided by ancestors and spirit, illuminated in the light of the moon. Their healing light shines down like the moon and surrounds you, filling you with peace. Filling you with love, awakening within you a new vision, a new confidence, a new journey. Allow this light to shine on all the new versions of you, all the new things you want to accomplish, the path that you're walking, and where you're headed. Hello. Can you guys hear us? Can you hear me? Is anyone still there? So the moon was so powerful that it just completely froze up all of the equipment. We're all just like, oh my gosh. Welcome back. Is anyone still with us? So, what are we doing, Maurice? Now we're back. All right. So, if you're back, let us know how the meditation was. I'm assuming, I know the music stopped for me. But it was kind of a good timing because then the bowls came in. So I was like, okay, whatever. I see Wesley and Aisha and yes, okay, everybody's still here. So sorry about that, guys. You know how the moon is powerful, right? But everything just completely froze up and I just kept talking because that's what we do in the business. So let us know if you had anything you want to share about that meditation. Go ahead and share it in the chat. We're going to start and get ready to go ahead and pull the cards, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we have a new laptop, a new system. That's how fast we are. Awesome. Oh, Maria's here. Hi, Maria. All right. So we're going to shuffle the cards. Maurice is going to shuffle the cards. Right now, think about what number you want. 1, 2, or 3. Don't overthink it. Just whatever comes to you first. You don't have to put it in the chat. If you want to, you can. I don't look at the chat when I'm reading. So we'll pull the cards. Sade fell asleep. That's a good thing when you fall asleep during the meditation. We'll pull the cards 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll do the reading. So I'll give you guys a minute to decide what number you want. Just let us know when you're ready. If you don't want to tell us what the number is, just give us a thumbs up that you're ready or say I'm ready, and we'll get started. Thank you for being patient and hanging out with us. While the Aquarians scrambled to get the electronics working again. I'm like, oh, well, it's going to come back on sooner or later. Hopefully everyone will be there.
Right.
Hey, it's live. Things happen. That's what's up. All right. I think I'm going to let you pull the cards. Can I do that?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So you shuffle them. I'll hold them and you pull them.
Can you?
Yeah. No, you go just to the head to be like that.
Oh.
Just like the way you fanned it out all neatly like that. So pick a number 1, 2, or 3. Mm-hmm. All
right.
The pressure of picking the card. So the way that I use the cards for these kind of readings is really more of a cue. It doesn't really matter what the manual that comes with the oracle. If you get oracle cards, you know that they come with a manual explaining each card. I don't usually refer to that at all. I just use it as a cue for whatever I get for that number, for that person. Sometimes I get something really that's going to resonate with you. Sometimes it may not be for you. So we'll just see what happens. This is number 1, right?
All right. So this is number 1.
Hang on, I got to write down. Okay, number 1.
The card says lay of the land, and it is ancestral wisdom. The number is 34, which is 7. And here's what it looks like. I know the words are backwards. It's okay.
Can I see it for a minute? Because I want to see. Wow, this is this is like the card for the night, honestly, for this moon, because it's everything we just talked about.
Yeah.
It has the moon, the big like blood looking moon in the back, and the person standing there with their hands up. And we're talking about ancestors and the meditation. We're talking about the lay of the land, what you're looking at going forward. So I feel like, wow. Okay. So this card and the colors are really crazy too. And I also heard that there was a meteor shower tonight, but you weren't going to see it,
I
right?
forgot to mention that.
But it's also stars on this. I know you guys can't see it, but there's also little tiny stars, little meteor shower back there. So that's kind of cool. It's like this is tonight's card.
It is.
Number 1 is tonight's card. All right, so listen, ones. Here's what's up. Oh wow. I think the number one person, it's definitely one person. I don't know if it's more than one, but there's the number ones are holding back on a new path. And it's, oh gosh, this is definitely a meditation. This is from this meditation we just it's so crazy. I think there's a lot of fear involved for number one. I feel like you don't admit it's fear, but I think you're really you're really afraid of being too great. You're really afraid of what will happen if it does work out. And if it does, you do shine, you know. And if you are successful, I think you're a little bit afraid of what will happen because you're used to standing in, I don't want to say mediocrity because that sounds horrible, but you're used to standing in the middle of good enough. You're used to good enough. And it's not good enough. You know what I mean? I think you want to do bigger things. I think that there are things, the lay of the land, there's more things ahead for you that you're afraid to travel to. And I think, you know, this card and the moon and the meditation and everything we talked about is just really kind of zeroing in on this, that you have a whole ancestral team supporting you and moving with you and showing you the way. You know, this moon is kind of a metaphor for the light showing your way. But it's not just tonight, it's all the time. You always have this portal of access to something greater that you do not need to be afraid of, because really you make the move, you take the steps, you do the things. And what if it doesn't work out the way you want it to? You still haven't failed, right? You still have made a movement forward. Anytime you make a movement forward with this support, this spirit world support, this ancestral support, this divine light support, you can't fail. So even if you have this vision in your mind of what's going to happen for this path, and you take that step and it doesn't happen, there's something else that's going to happen. There's something else that's supposed to happen, but you're not going to find it in the good enough realm. Hope that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. I forgot to ask you if you picked a number because usually you do. So I'm not going to call anybody out with the numbers. But good enough is not good enough. That's the basic message for you. Take that step, make that move. Make that move. And know that you are supported and you're not going to fail. Okay? And let us know in the chat if that resonates with you. Number ones. Number two. Dun, dun, dun.
It's funny you need two hands to hold.
Is that a song? I have little dainty Scorpio hands.
All right. Number two, skywriting.
Wow.
The fates. The number is 49.
Jeez. 49 is 13, which is 4.
4, yeah.
Okay. Skywriting.
Mm-hmm.
What's the bottom thing say? Under skywriting?
The fates.
The fates. Oh, okay. These cards are tripping tonight. These are the 100 moon cards. Listen, okay, so number 2, let me just tap in for 1 second because I just gotta, let me have the picture again. Okay, so they have a moon. That's at the moon, I guess.
Yes, it is.
It's another moon.
This is nuts.
And it looks like rune symbols that are on runes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Does everybody know what runes are?
Runes are a divination tool. They're like almost like dice, I guess, kind of. But they have little symbols on them, and you read those symbols, and it's like it's kind of like fortune telling, but not really fortune telling. Yeah. So I have two things for this card. So definitely skywriting is definitely the messages from the divine, right? From the divine realm. So we talk about in some of our Reiki classes, there's different levels of heaven. And we have the atmosphere where we can see the birds and the clouds and things like that. And then we have the second level of heaven that's above that. And that second level is where the spirit realm is, your ancestors. When you do connections with readings and stuff, we're usually in that second realm. They're connected to the carnal world. The third level is the divine level. Ascended masters, creator, star councils, things like that. So the higher up, the more pure the message is. I feel like this message is about trusting what you've received, what you've been told. And I think number 2 is intuitive. There's definitely one number 2 in the chat room, I think, that's intuitive, or somebody watching is intuitive. And they're getting messages. And when I say intuitive, we had the conversation about the clairs before: clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, claircognizance. This is someone who is very open to receiving messages, but does not necessarily trust that what they're hearing. You're not trusting the message you're getting. So this card is coming through tonight that it's written in the sky, right? It's written in the sky, skywriting, the fates. This is already predetermined for you. There's already a book with your name on it of what is possible for you. And your spirit realm, these messages you're getting, they're trying to prepare you and tell you what to expect. And they're trying to get you ready and let you know what's happening. And I think you don't trust them. I think that you don't trust, not that you don't trust them, you don't trust your own ability to decipher those messages. So I think that for number 2, it's all about trusting what you're hearing, whether you're hearing it, feeling it, seeing it, it's a vision, or it's coming in your dreams. It may be a nighttime thing. When you get that message, pause for a moment and see how you're feeling. What's it trying to tell you? Because messages come in all different ways, right? They can be physical things. It can be a sensation. It can be a smell. It can be a ear ringing. It can be a lot of different things. So I think that this message is for this person who is not necessarily trusting what they're receiving. And the best way for you to do this is to be still, be quiet, listen. When you feel something, when you hear something, pause and take notice of it. Because they're really basically showing you the way, kind of like the last card. It's like they're really showing you this path and they're telling you what to expect. I think that's one part of it. The other part of this card, I'm getting 2 messages from this card. The other part of this card is some of the number 2s are very in their crown chakras and in their third eyes, and they're very look into the sky for messages. And I'm very big on that. I'm very, very big on look to the sky. I wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? You're good. That there are so many messages above you. People walk around with their heads down and their phones. They're not looking up at this brilliant sky and what it's telling us. And the only thing I'm going to say is that's awesome to do that, but keep your feet grounded on the earth, because if you get too far in your head, you also miss the messages. You have to be fully grounded. It's hard work receiving messages and understanding what they mean. And it's a process. And I know people, a lot of people will take Reiki or do things and they get opened up and they feel like they know everything that's coming through. And I'm like, you don't. chill out, calm down, get grounded, know your energy, know what's happening around you. And it's fine to look up, it's fine to be in your third eye and your crown chakra, but you need to also be grounded, because then you're just all over the place. And that's not good. So I don't know if those resonate. Let me know if that resonates, the first one. Not really trusting the messages that are coming through. And the second one is kind of keep your head to the sky, but your feet on the ground. Isn't that like a DJ's? Keep your feet on the ground and reach up for the stars. I forget what it is. Number three. Tres. Numero tres.
Yo,
Oh shit! Is another
you
one?
can't make this stuff up. All right. This card says first breath, beginner's mind, and the number is 21. You can't make this up.
First breath.
Oh,
is that what you said?
Yes. Oh my gosh, this card is beautiful. I'm sorry. I was really being selfish just now. I'm sorry.
Beginner's mind.
Yes.
And number 21. Which is a 3. Ooh, jeez. Okay. Number 3. Let's see.
Let's see this. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's crazy.
So it's a number 3 card and the number's 3.
That's what I said. It's crazy.
3. Okay,
And
what is
I think
this?
it's 3. Is it 1, 2, 3 planets and a moon?
What the heck? Oh, it's a person. There's a woman in there.
Yeah, but 3 planets and a moon.
So all the cards had moons, which is really kind of interesting. First breath, beginner's minds. Wow.
This is nuts. I'm still shuffling cards like we got more to pull.
It looks like she's blindfolded. These pictures are really crazy. This deck is really awesome. All right, let me take a second. First breath. I already think I know what this is. All these cards are very related today. The messages are very Hunter's Moon messages. And we didn't make this up. These are the cards that are coming out. Right? So it's not like we planned this.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Let me see if I can zoom in on the lady. There we go.
Okay, so first breath. And I'm going to say, as we talked about looking at releasing the old, letting go of things that don't serve us, and we are moving into a new direction with a new energy. And this is really a first breath. It really is. So what's happening is, I feel like number 3 is really heavily weighed down by things that have happened in the past, by conflicts that they can't really not deal with. I mean, a lot of times we have things that happen and we can't, we can't avoid certain people. We have to be around some people that give us grief, right? We can't necessarily release them. So I feel like number 3 is really a burden. Burden keeps coming into my brain, but it's not it. So number 3s are very, the feeling I'm getting right now is, so number that's happened in the past. There's a lot of stuff that's happened, it may be family, but this is what you carry with you. And it's also maybe people who have passed on their trauma that you're carrying with you, because you absolutely carry it in your DNA. So when we were talking about in the meditation about breaking contracts and breaking ancestral trauma, that's a big, big deal. And it absolutely can happen. And you really are taking a first breath. You really are. When you release all this baggage off of you, and we always say baggage, but it does feel like that. It feels like you're carrying this big, heavy thing on your back. A lot of times when you break ties, cut cords, release that energy, and whatever you're doing, whether you're getting energy work or whatever, or doing your own work, a lot of times you don't know what to do. Like your body doesn't know what to do. Your body is so used to carrying all this pain around that when it's gone, It doesn't know what to do. So we always try to fill those places back up with light, which is kind of what we did in the meditation tonight. And I want you to think about this as a rebirth, okay, like a renewal. It's a new you. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried to take this burden off. You're taking it off now. You're not going to move forward with it. And this is your opportunity to breathe freely. It's your first breath. You're starting over. This new thing is happening for you moving forward. I don't know if that resonates with you guys. It's a very, very powerful, heavy feeling on me when I'm talking. So beginner's mind is also on this. That's a really interesting cue, because beginner's mind is telling you to start over. Forget the rules. Forget what you were told. It could even be a religious thing. It could be something with the family and religion. We believe things that we were told to believe, and we don't really question them. And then as we get older, we realize that that's not in alignment with who we are. And now we don't know what to do, because this is all we know is truth. So now you're going to find your new truth. You're starting completely over. So it's like opening your eyes for the first time and experiencing everything brand new, like a child. And that's the most amazing way to live, really, is to live with the excitement of children, the innocence. I'm looking at this opportunity with new eyes. Everything looks different when you take all the weight off of you, when you cut cords off of you, when you renounce soul contracts that you were made in past lives. When you let go of those things, everything changes. And you may not be physically ready for it, but you are ready for it. You are ready. Fill yourself with light. We filled you with light tonight as best we could from a distance. We always do Reiki to the whole circle. But know that you have that power to start over and take your first breath all the time. All the time. Don't let anybody tell you it's too late. It's too heavy. You can't break out of this. You can't stop. You can't get away from this. You absolutely can do anything you want to do. You absolutely can. And this is an opportunity for your first breath moving forward. So let me know if that resonates. How you feeling, Maurice?
I feel like let's recap.
I need to say something. Hold on a second.
You want to recap?
Yes. Go ahead. All right. Number 1, 34, lay of the land, ancestral wisdom.
All right. I'm going to go a little closer so y'all can see it better.
Mm-hmm. And that was about not accepting good enough, not being afraid to move forward, trusting the ancestral wisdom, the messages you're receiving. You're not going to fail. You may not succeed in what you thought you were going to succeed in, but you are going to succeed, and it may be even better. So trust the process and the lay of the land. Number 2 is skywriting. Number 49 is the card, the fates. Number 2 had a double message. Number 2 was, look, I'm testing my memory now when I'm reading it. Was, help me. Totally forgot what I said now.
Oh, I thought you wrote notes down.
No, I don't usually.
Oh, it was written in the skies.
Right. Trust in the messages that you're receiving. And then the other one was the third eye not being in your head and staying grounded, right?
Right.
I'm sorry. The first one was that it was already predetermined and it's already written for you, and you just have to accept that and move, right? And the last one is first breath, number 21. Beginner's mind. Shed the past, shed the pain, cut the cords, renounce the contracts, heal the ancestral pain, remove that heaviness from you, and look at everything with a brand new start, a brand new opportunity. Beginner's minds. Let me know what you guys think. Aisha said, oh my God, my whole conversation with myself today. You guys are awesome. Thank you for letting us take our time with our Technical difficulties.
And it was funny. Now it's working.
Now it's working. Now we have 2 cameras going, so I don't know what we're looking at.
So we're still here.
Hi. Enjoy the moon tonight. I feel like the energy is really good today. This whole day has been awesome. The weather's been awesome. This is my kind of weather.
Oh,
what did we forget?
We forgot. For those of you that log in and join us on these moon meditations, if you would be so kind, can you let us know your testimonial, so to speak, about if these moon meditations help you? What do you think about them? What we want to do is draw some more attention so that way we can get on in front of other people, more platform, like kind of broaden out and let more people know what we're doing and see who else we can help. So your testimonials will help, obviously, when people see that it's something else is happening and it's moving you and you're getting help by it. It helps with people that are intrigued and to draw interest. So if you would be so kind to do that. If you don't want to put it in the chat right now, it's fine. You can just send it to us in an email. If you want to do a video, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, it's totally up to you, but that's what we're looking for. You guys have been so gracious with everything else. So figure we would ask, we just ask. So there's that. But yes, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
And sticking around.
Yes, through the technical difficulties.
The silence. Through the fire. We love you guys. Thank you all for being here. Good to see you. I'm looking at the chat now. I can actually see it. I'm like,
yeah, since we're at the end, let's
LaFawn, Aisha, Isis. I'm trying to tell myself Sade. We had Maria earlier. I think she had to leave. Yes. It was so good to see everybody come through.
Maria. Yeah.
Wesley. T. Jones. Wesley was here. I love it when I see students in the chat. I'm like, yes. Thank you guys so much. We love you. See you soon. See you next time.
All right. See you guys.
Next full moon, next new moon. Super moon.